You can even buy second-hand tools. There's nothing wrong with that, you'll save money again. I can show you what to look for. Probably the most challenging thing to buy second-hand would be a plane, but I can show you what to look for in buying a plane. The plane is a piece of equipment that needs quite a bit of setting up initially, but once it is set up, you've no need to touch it again until it needs sharpening. And the way to take the blade out for sharpening is that this lever here pulls up, pulls back and then lifts out. This is called the cap iron. Then lifting the blade up and then out. Here we have the plane iron, and it's attached to another piece of metal which is called the back iron. And then to take the blade apart from the back iron, we undo this screw here, taking care that you don't cut yourself with that. So I'll give that a few turns. Then when it gets released, what we do then is push this forward. Now the reason we do that is if we move that to one side, the blade, the cutting edge here, can come in contact with this metalwork here. So we push it forward and then turn it round 90 degrees and then it lifts out. That then is the plane iron. That's now ready for sharpening if you need it. To put the thing back together, you do the thing in reverse. So we put the plane iron over the top of the screw, push it forward and then turn it so it's past this edge. Again, we do this rather than dropping it in like that. If we drop it in like that and push it forward, we're then making this edge come in contact with this metalwork here, which isn't good. It can damage the cutting edge. So that goes over that like that, pushes forward, turns round, then we turn it upside down, and then we bring the back iron forwards then. This animation will show you in much better detail how the back iron fits in relation to the plane cutter, and the gap there should be 1 millimeter if you're planing pine, but if you're planing hardwood, it needs to be just slightly less. And what the back iron does, that breaks the shaving as it comes off the wood, so it makes a clean cut. If we didn't have this in place, it wouldn't give a good finish. So once you're happy that that's in the right place, that it's parallel with that edge and about 1 to 2 millimeters back, we can then tighten this up. Once we've tightened it up, just check that it hasn't moved, and then we can now insert it back in the plane. And insert it back in the plane, taking care not to touch any of the metalwork, and we don't want to damage the blade. And it will sit over this screw and drop into this notch here. Then we put the cap iron back on, push that forward, and then pull back on this cam here again. So that's now locked back in place. Now, adjustment of the plane is done in two ways. there's adjustment of the wheel here and adjustment of the lever here. Now this lever, this moves the blade from side to side, and what it does, it makes the cutter, the cutting edge, parallel with the mouth of the plane there. Now to line this up, and then you sight down with your eye looking along the base of the plane, and you can see whether it's sticking up at one side or the other like this. You can see whether it's parallel with the base, with the sole of the plane, and if it's not, you just make adjustments with this lever at the back until you're happy that it's parallel. This animated graphic shows you 3 different views. The first 2 are with the cutter set incorrectly, and the last one with the cutter set correct. So you would need to go back and adjust the lever until you get the cutter parallel.